What's up, guys? This is Beau from Blessthefall, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I would like to welcome you to round 4 with Beau from Blessthefall.
We can't get enough of each other.
Clearly.
We're always hanging out.
Always.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm in Toronto. I'm feeling good. There's a huge, giant, picture of the Toronto skyline. You can't see.
Good Toronto vibes in
and
here.
we have that, not that exact one, but we have one hanging above our bed at home.
Oh, really?
To remind us of a place that we used to call home.
Here.
Yeah. We lived here,
so
I think,
sweet.
a couple years, like 2-3 years. Yeah.
Well, since I last saw you, so many things have been happening. Not just this new tour, which brings you to Toronto, but new single, new record coming out. So is it just kind of killing you inside the anticipation right now?
I cannot wait for people to hear this. Like, if it was up to me, I just put it out immediately. Like, I just hate teasing people. It just sucks. I'm like, let's just put the record out. But I am so stoked for everyone to hear it. It's called Hard Feelings, and man, when we finished the album, we finished it right after Warped Tour last year, and we went straight to Europe. So I had these rough mixes, and I listened to our album, I think, every single night that I was in Europe for like 7 weeks. So I'm very attached to it and very proud of it, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
When you can hear it that many times too and you don't get sick of it, you're like, we've got something good here.
I know. You know what? We really wanted to create something that was a little left to center, with our elements that are involved, and we put out Melodramatic, and I think a lot of people didn't expect a song like that necessarily from us. They want to, they would just assume it'd be something with like a crazy riff playing the whole time and like me singing over it. But real fans know that we've sort of always been pretty eclectic. With our music writing. Yeah, always evolving. I mean, there's songs like 40 Days and Hey Baby and things like that you wouldn't think would be on like a metalcore record. So we basically wanted to take all of our influences and things that we were inspired by and let it shine on the album. You know what I mean? So, it just is a culmination of everything we love, and it came together so well. And the whole album takes you on a journey. And that's one of the cool things is, like, I don't know if people still listen to full records anymore. I don't know if you do. I do. It's hard to do, but there's albums like that I listen to that I have to listen to the whole album because it just makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I think this is one of them, and I hope that the fans and people can really start song 1 and not turn it off till it's over and let it replay after that. So yeah.
Apparently your mom really liked the record. She sent you a little text. I love that.
Oh, yeah. She's
like, I found it online.
Yeah, she's like, I found your song on the internet. I signed up for Google, and I'm like, what? Yeah, my mom really likes it, and that's hard to do because she doesn't. I don't think she necessarily. She's always been supportive, which is amazing. Like, I used to play hockey, and I was very serious about it, and she's the hockey mom, like getting me up at 5:30 a.m., taking me to the rink, and buying me gear and going broke basically so I could follow my dream, and so she's very supportive. So when the band started getting going, she was like, I really like that song. I can't really understand what Jared's saying, but I really like this song.
I love that.
Yeah, so she liked it, and it's a good thing. Yeah, get the moms involved. Whole new fan base.
Yeah,
Momcore. That's what we're called.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Very
hopefully
cool.
There's some moms tonight.
And you have to tell me a little bit about that creepy spider that happens to not just be on the merch, but there are certain photographs of it creeping in the corner of the cover of it.
Yeah, you noticed. Mm-hmm. It's okay. That was, I will say, it wasn't our idea. It was my idea. It was funny. Like, as soon as we were done with the record, I was like, man, it'd be sick to just have it say Hard Feelings in neon on like a white brick wall. And I literally just was like, bleh, like brain diarrhea. I was just like, yeah, this thing, like just kind of just came to me. And so we started seeking out artists that could kind of make this thing come to life. And Corey Myers, who did that and did all the artwork on the inside. It's all photographs that he actually took. He had it set up in it's like a plant in his house, and he had this thing set up.
I've only seen the cover so far from what's been shared.
Yeah, you're gonna see the rest soon. Awesome. Yeah. So he sort of digitally put that spider in, and he was like, all right, here's the thing. And we're like, dude, it looks so amazing. And we're like, is that a spider? He's like, yeah. He's like, it's pretty subtle, but I think it's something cool and something different. And it's cool that you noticed it, because I don't know if it's probably take people a while to notice it, because it's just.
Well, now you can search for it. See if you can spot that little thing.
Spot the spider. We got to name the spider.
Ooh.
We should name it
I'm trying to think of something.
Samantha.
Samantha the Spider?
Samantha the Spider could be it.
That works.
Let's go. Sammy. You can call it Sammy for short. So, yeah.
Sammy the Spider. I like it.
Spot Samantha in there.
I like how it's so tiny and minute on the cover, but then you have the giant ones on the back of this new tour merch.
Yeah, because we were,
cool.
we were looking for ways to incorporate, the record with the tour merch. And so there's some merch that have the plant on it. It's like our huge backdrop. It's got it. And the artist digital designer was like, well, what about the spider? I'm like, dude, perfect. We didn't want to look too much like My Chemical Romance or anything because they sort of nailed down the spider thing. But yeah, it's cool. It works. It's a cool little element, and I like it. Might get it tattooed on me.
Like
Someone
it.
already got it tattooed.
It's crazy.
Like, the album's not out yet. I got the spider tattoo on him.
Hey, you
It's
sold
crazy.
them with one song. That's pretty impressive.
You know what? That makes me feel so good. One song and they're in.
Where did the angst come from on this record? Like, why do you have all of these hard feelings?
Why are there so
many
hard feelings? Man, you know what? It like with melodramatic, just the lyrics, I need the anger, I need the rage, I need the worst you can say is like I wanted to feel inspired. I wanted to feel pissed off because that's when the best music gets written, is when you're emotionally invested. You can act like you're pissed, but it just doesn't come off the same way.
And how did you have to channel that?
And
did you have to think about certain things? Or
yeah,
things?
you know what? It was a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Man, it was. I think our last record sort of got swept under the rug a bit and didn't get what it deserved because I thought it was a great album, and it was one of our heaviest records too, which people are always complaining like they want to hear heavy songs. I'm like, listen to the last 4 records we wrote. So that being said, there was a bit of animosity towards the people that were involved that were supposed to put the record out there and get it into certain channels and things like that. And I felt like we sort of got dissed for the cooler bands that were on the label. And that's how I felt. I don't know if that's being petty or not, but I truly felt that's what was happening. And so we went, fuck you, man. Like, we're gonna do this thing, and we don't care who believes in us or not. And so a lot of, and just other bands in general that sort of like, we try to get on certain tours and people were like, oh no, like, you're not cool enough to be on this tour. Like, you don't belong in this festival. Your band is, whatever. You guys have been around long enough kind of thing. And so there was like a lot of those hard feelings that were involved. And I feel like we got something to prove again. And I was like, well, fuck you all. Like, you're going to listen to this record and you're going to, be proven wrong. So, yeah. So I don't want to name bands or name, names, but I think that's kind of where it came from. And it was a place that was definitely genuine. You know what I mean? And so I feel like when we go on stage every night now and, not saying we have never given 100%, but it's like
fans
now,
feed off of that stuff.
Exactly. It's like, now even more so we have something to prove when we've almost been a band for 10 years, like Witness came out in 2009. So it's like we want to prove that we're the band with longevity and we can do something a little different. And I think that's what the record proves, is like we have the Blessthefall elements sprinkled in, but it's definitely like it would be it'd be a shame to like give the fans the same thing again. So I think that the fans are going to get their money's worth with this album.
Gotta mix it up a little bit.
You have to.
I've only seen positive reviews for the single that you have put out so far. So do you find you still search reviews of things that people have wrote, comments, or do you try to stay away from it?
I do, and it's just maybe it's insecurities or curiosity, but I always find myself in some rabbit hole, and you find someone that says something negative, and you're like, no, shut up, it's good. But you know what? It's music, man. You know what I mean? It's everyone has their certain tastes. You know what I mean? So we can't be mad if someone listens to our first single and goes like, fucking, where's the riff? Or like, why isn't, whatever else. I'm like, dude, listen to the rest of the album. Yeah. Like, there's plenty of that involved. It's all mixed in. And, there's plenty of heavy songs, and there's plenty of progressive songs that we're super proud to have made this next step. You know what I mean? Like, evolved a little bit. And when you're a band for this song, when you can still do that, and I feel like it's very fresh sounding, then it's an accomplishment. So I feel like we definitely accomplished that.
Well, in celebration of the forthcoming record release, I created a little game that I want to play with you. And
the
game is called Oh No.
What is it?
Don't worry.
I'm not good with surprises.
It's a good one. It's pretty easy to catch on to, so don't sweat it.
It's not a spelling game or math, is it?
No.
Okay. We're good then. Let's go.
Don't worry, you're in the clear.
Okay.
It's called Welcome Home or
Okay.
Feeling Low. So I'm going to say a word, and if you happen to like the word and everything that goes along with it, you're going to welcome it home. And if you don't, you say feeling low.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Welcome home or feeling low. Water slides.
Oh, welcome home, baby.
Emojis.
Welcome home.
Chocolate.
100% welcome home. Get on in here.
Okay, when people wear black lipstick.
Well, you know what? Welcome home. And I will say this. Last night, there was a beautiful girl that was right up front. She had a shaved head and like dark lipstick. And I thought it was so cool because she stood out from the crowd.
Cool.
And she was so different. And I was like, yo, your lipstick's sick. And she was like,
Oh, you said it while
and then,
you were...
yeah, like
awesome.
between songs, I was just like, Doc, yo, your lipstick's rad, you know? And she like went on Twitter like on this rant afterwards and was like, I can't believe he like noticed
You just
me in my
made her
lipstick.
not night, probably
So,
on the That's
yeah,
awesome.
so I wouldn't wear black lipstick,
Some
but
people
I
can
can't
rock
pull it
it.
off. But, you know, I appreciate the people that can pull it off, and I'm very impressed and jealous.
How about snowboarding?
Feeling low. My wife's great at snowboarding. I'm not so much. I can't keep up with her.
I was going to say, have you tried?
Oh, I've tried. I'm okay. No, I'm okay. I can make it down the hill. But my wife's like, "We'll fucking take off and like do a jump," and I'm like,
Leave you in the dust.
"All right, let me just get." I just don't go enough. You know, I feel like I'm somewhat athletic, and so I feel like if I went consistently, I'd be okay. So I'm gonna feeling low on that one because you don't want to see me out there on a snowboard. It'll be embarrassing.
How about the zoo?
Feeling low.
Feeling low.
Yeah, I like taking my daughter. It's cool, but when you go there, you kind of a little bummed that there's animals that are like, you should be in a jungle. But you know what? I understand that. I can appreciate the zoos that have rescues, and you know things like a condor that like has a broken wing. Obviously, it's gonna die out there. So, as I get older, and I've just recently become vegetarian and. You know, a little bit more aware of those sort of things, you know, following like the vegetarian blogs and stuff like that. I'm like, man, it's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. So, yeah, I'll go with that.
All right, for the last
I'm not an activist, but I will just go with that.
And for the last one, when you see people wearing colored pants.
I'm going to go feeling low because I only wear black pants.
There's never been a color? Open the drawer.
I have a pair of blue jeans that haven't left my suitcase yet.
Really?
So they're in there. And I think I wore them in a photo shoot for this last run. But
so they're like emergency pants. Once all the black ones are gone.
It literally like if I spill anything, I'm like okay. But no, I appreciate like Hayley Williams can go out and wear like one yellow and one pink. And I'm like fuck, I just can't do it, man. I'm stuck in my ways. I'm like black skinnies. And
one day though, we're gonna see you colored pants, black lipstick. I can feel it,
dude.
It's coming.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
And flip the script on a lot of people. They wouldn't know what hit them.
Well, as you had mentioned before, we're here in Toronto tonight as you are touring with Of Mice and Men.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sick lineup going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely stacked.
Yeah.
But the other night, you actually had a little kid come on stage.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because you seemed so psyched.
It was super cool, man. Like, we were in Portland, and there was this little girl, and I just, like, she had her headphones in and stuff, and the dad was behind her, and she was, and actually there was another little boy, too, but I singled her out because it was just, there's something about just, like, it reminds me of my daughter, you know? And the little boy was awesome, too, but she was, like, you know, she could have been a couple years younger, and she was just, like, I'm like, oh, man, this is so awesome, and it hit home for me, really, and so I just thought, hey, let's get her on stage. Let's get her first stage dive out of the way. And so we brought her up, and she jumped in the crowd, and my dad mode kicked in. And I was like,
making sure she's
dude, laser, like a hawk. I was like, don't you drop her. And like everyone was, it's Portland. Everyone's very like polite and cautious. So they brought her back on stage. And you know what? I can remember the first stage dive I ever had. It was at Blink-182. And I ran around Tom DeLonge, and I jumped in. And you just don't forget it. And I crowd surfed, and that was the first time I'd done any of that. And it feels like it was yesterday.
Really?
And that's what made me fall in love with music. And so I figured, like, let's give, you know, hopefully that triggers her love for it. You know, maybe she'll go out and play an instrument or want to sing or whatever, or just work in music in general. So music's such an important thing, man. It really is. And I'll say it on stage sometimes, and it's true. It comes from the heart. It really is important. You know, it's in all of our lives. You're hearing music constantly. You walk down the street, you're hearing music.
Yeah.
You know, you walk into a store, there's music playing. You want to work out, probably pop something in. You get in the car, turn on the radio. It's not like you know what I mean.
Cannot avoid it.
There's no one that's like walking around with like earplugs in. Like, so music's so important, man, and I would love for it to have the value that it used to have, and so maybe it starts with a little kid or whatever else, and people will start putting that value back on music and stop stealing it. But whatever. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter about it because it is what it is, and you have to go with the times. And so we're going with the times. But I just want the value to be there again because, like someone said, imagine one day if just all music went away. All music. How would that affect everyone? You know what I mean? It's part of our lives that you don't even know it. It's like a subconscious thing. Yeah. What if it went away?
I'm pretty sure we'd all be
like a little weirded out. Yeah, we're like, I don't know
what's happening.
Yeah, so yeah, there you go. It's a tangent there from the girl.
Now I'm just thinking about that though. I mean, both our lives would just be. I don't know what we'd be doing.
Yeah, I'd probably be coaching hockey, but it wouldn't be as fun because I wouldn't have any music on for like warm-ups or in the locker room. Like,
I like how you have a game plan though. Like you have something in
Yeah.
the back of your mind.
Because I always think of like,
coaching hockey.
I always think of like, okay, what's like that second love, like because hockey was what I was supposed to do. It was like I played for the Junior Kings and stuff like that, and it was like that was very much like the path that I was trying to take, and it went, went somewhere else. And so in my back of my mind, I'm always like, I could coach like a team or something, maybe, or like just teach kids how to skate or something like that. It'd
maybe
be
one day.
Very fulfilling.
You can go after that other passion.
True.
As we were talking about before the camera started rolling, I now not only interview musicians but also wrestlers. So if you were to have an in-ring gimmick, what would that be? What would your persona be?
Oh man, my gimmick would. Let's see. So I would be like the easiest thing to be would be like I'd be like a rock star, right? Like I'd bring that element into it, right? Okay. So I would maybe dress like I was in like Motley Crue or something, like very even like 90s wrestling, like right? When they all
literal rock star.
Yeah, like like maybe I'd wear lipstick and like have like big hair and shit like that, and that would be my thing. I come in with like a mic stand and crack someone over the head with it.
I dig it.
Like the mic stand would be in the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd come out from behind and like sing a part, and then take the mic stand with me, and then set it like in my corner. So when I beat the dude, that would be like my finishing move.
Perfect.
I just mic stand in the fucking head. So
this is really great for it's very spontaneous. I like it.
Never thought about that, but that's just naturally where I would go with it. And I don't know what my name would be. We'd have to maybe let the viewers pick a name for me.
Yeah, what would Beau's wrestling name be? People, write in the comments. This is gonna be good.
Let's get a good one. I'll change my Twitter handle to it if someone comes up with like a good one.
Okay, we have a name for the spider. Now we just need a wrestling name.
It's true. We need a Twitter for Samantha.
Ooh, okay.
That'd be cool.
I'm sure fans gonna start that.
Yeah, and there's be like little spiders everywhere. Yeah. Like I'm in Toronto, and like CN Tower in the background. No.
Well, to wrap things up, I do want to leave it on the fans. Anything you want to say to everybody as we're parting ways with them?
Thank you so much. I say it after every interview. Thanks to all the fans that have been around and kept us alive and kept music going, and just continue to support. And if I know times can be hard. If you don't have money to buy a record or whatever, come to a show, tell your friends about us, and keep it rolling.
Congrats on everything, and I'm very excited to hear the new record.
Thank you. Yeah, you got to hear it. We got to get you a copy at some point.
I'll hit you up for it.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. And remember to everybody viewing, you can visit us at musicblogya.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more. See ya.
See you later.